All right, we are here today with softball's head coach Shiloh Blockburger and her assistant Amy Carr. How are you ladies doing today?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you doing, Zach?
Yeah, it's a nice Wednesday morning.
It is. You know, the weather's starting to warm up. It'll be warm tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Opening day tomorrow.
Yep.
Talk to us about your upcoming season.
Well, tomorrow we travel to Poto, Oklahoma, and luckily there it's supposed to be about 60 degrees both days when we play, so that is nice. We open up with Southwest Tennessee Community College and then play Carl Albert. We play them both Thursday and Friday. That'll be a start to a very busy season. We have 49 regular season games, and then we go into postseason.
Now, it's better to play in the warm, just like baseball, correct? I mean,
Correct.
softball girls rather play in the warmth.
Yeah.
How does the cold weather affect you guys? You know, baseball-wise, athletically, we'll say. You know, how does it?
Well, luckily we're used to it because it's been cold the entire month of January. We haven't got but 1 or 2 warm days. We took full advantage of those, but it doesn't have a whole lot of effect on us. You know, obviously bats are cold, balls are cold, hands are cold, but that's just something every team deals with, and when you're playing, both teams are dealing with it at the same time, so it's just something you get used to, but luckily we get to warm up as the season goes on instead of get colder like fall sports.
Right, that's true. Now, you know, when I go to practice, I see you guys have the girls out there, even when it's cold or, you know, it's a little snowy and everything, always making sure you guys take care of the girls.
Absolutely.
But they're getting used to it.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, that's one thing that, you know, driving by, I'm like, oh, okay, all those softball girls are out there practicing.
Yes. Yesterday we practiced inside twice, and I told them last night, I said, we are going outside tomorrow, and you would think that, I don't know.
Teeth.
They were not excited about that, but we play tomorrow, so we've got to go outside today, get some work done. But as I tell them, you know, the more we get done, the quicker we get it done, the quicker we get to go home. So we're not standing out there freezing.
Yeah, I'm not a college athlete, but I don't look forward to walking outside in my car. No. So I just to practice for a few hours a day.
No, it's
would not
rough
be.
to get yourself out there, but once you're out there, you're good. You can warm yourself up pretty quick.
Once you get the body going.
Exactly.
Amy, what position do you coach? What is your role as the assistant?
I focus more with the outfielders and their athleticism. Also, being a certified personal trainer, I work with them more in the weight room, what their body needs, their proper biomechanics. Sometimes our girls confuse that with athletic training, and they're like, hey, this hurts and this hurts. I'm like, I can make you stronger, but I can't fix you.
Right.
So I lead in that department not as well, but I lead in that department and able to say, okay, if this is hurting, this is what we can do to help, that sort of thing.
Now, what kind of gains or what kind of improvements have you seen the team as a whole through the strength process?
Through the strength process, going from when we maxed out at the beginning of fall to when we maxed out at the end of fall, our numbers went up probably about 300 pounds in squat and I believe 150 in bench. So the girls are progressing in their strength, which was our main focus in the fall. And then transferring that into the spring, we're focusing more on muscle endurance because we're going to be outside for 8 to 10 hours a day playing and making sure they have that stamina to keep up. And Coach B is really great with having them with the endurance training of mile run, 2 mile, 3 mile. We're kind of crazy of the mix of everything. So our girls are pretty well in shape, and if they're struggling with something, they're like, hey, what can we do to get better? We have one transfer sophomore who is taking pride in her nutrition as well, and her performance has not necessarily night and day from how she was in the fall, but she has definitely progressed in the spring, and it's affecting her performance in a very, very positive way.
Well, strength and stuff like that is important for sure. What sophomores have made the biggest jump, or what have you seen most out of your sophomore class?
Out of my sophomore class, with it being my first year, you know, none of them are mine per se. I didn't recruit them. Our second baseman, Matea Tanner, she's a great leader on the field. She makes sure everyone has it together, and if they don't, she gets it together for them. She leads us from the middle at second base. Our transfer sophomore that Coach Carr was talking about, Reagan Bradley, she will be a very big asset to our team this year. She plays center field for us, and as Coach Carr was saying, she came back after the fall and is just almost night and day difference. She's taking pride in what she's doing, and she's definitely the best improvement from fall to spring, and that's all on her own. She does everything in practice she's supposed to, but I can see her, you know, working harder every single day than she used to. And that's something that she's done on her own, and we are very grateful for that. Alyssa Dawson in the pitching circle. She'll get a lot of innings this year. She got a lot last year, but as a sophomore, I have very high expectations of her, and we'll probably keep her in the circle most of the time.
Nice. And as you mentioned, I mean, this is your first year, and your first head coaching game is tomorrow. How fast is the heart beating?
It is very fast. I'm nervous, I'm not going to lie, but I think I have everything together. I'm ready to go. I tried to get that done, early in the week so I can stress just about the game later in the week. I thought I had another day to prepare, and then I didn't because the weather's supposed to be bad on Saturday. So we, softball, baseball, we just bump it up.
Yeah.
They say bump it up or bump it back. You don't get to really choose.
No.
I know you guys are going through a little bit of that too, moving yours up 2 days.
Yeah.
So that's just something that we deal with. So I got one less day to be nervous.
I mean, that's always the best. If you can cut the time from being nervous, you have less chance of having a heart attack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're good.
I'm pretty young, so I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Is that a medical? Is that do you have a, did you go to school to come up with that?
No, just years of having
the least amount of nervousness. Yeah, I like it though.
A lot of medical terms, I can.
I need to put that in the book.
That's a good one.
Feel free, put it part of your training and everything. Less nervous, less chance of heart attacks.
Boom.
You're welcome. YouTube world, check it down. What freshmen have kind of made the most gains both on the field, off the field, classroom, mentality-wise, between the fall and the winter?
Freshman, first one that comes to mind is Morgan Welch. She's an outfielder for us. She was a leader in the fall, but she's definitely stepped up this spring. Unfortunately for her, we're going to have to take her out of position a little bit and use her in the pitcher circle this year. But she steps up. She goes to pitching practice every day when she's supposed to. She says, "Hey, coach, what do you want me to do?" She's very eager to learn. She does exactly what we tell her to do. She wants to play the outfield, but sometimes she's going to have to pitch, and that's just one of those things that we deal with as coaches. And so she's definitely one of the ones that we will depend on as a freshman and look forward to having back as a sophomore this year.
Awesome. And, one of my last things I want to ask you about, and then, we'll get to you as well. How has your view changed from coming from a Coffeyville player and student to assistant coach at Coffeyville until now the head coach?
Not a whole lot has changed. Coffeyville has always felt like home to me. I loved it when I went to school here as a student. I was that kid that never went home on the weekends because I wanted to be here. All my friends were here. Our teachers are great. The classes are great. And then coming in as an assistant, I got to be more the friendly coach on that side of things. I got to, have that relationship with them. And then now as head coach, it's not a whole lot different. I don't really know how to explain it. So
now you're Coach B.
Yes, now I'm Coach B. So that's what it is. I've challenged them. The team I played on as a sophomore here, we won the most games in Coffeyville softball in the last 10 years. We won 27 games as a sophomore. I challenged my team this year to win 28. So that's my challenge to my team until they do it. And
have they accepted it?
They've accepted it.
Or?
Yes, absolutely. They give me a hard time about it. We have these nice jackets that I don't let them keep, and I told them if we win 28 games that they get to keep their jackets this year. So that's just something, something that they get to work towards, and something that I want from them. I want for them. I want them to beat that record. I want to be the coach that's able to do that, and then with the team that I have this year.
Awesome. It's a good goal to have. Amy, you're coming from North Central Missouri. What's the, how have you enjoyed or how have you transitioned to Coffeyville?
Being at North Central the past 2 years, it was definitely a lot colder because we were only 45 minutes from Iowa. So it's warmer here. It's closer to home. I'm originally from Allen County, which is not something we like to talk about.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about it. Fight Club. But it's nice because I played ball at Allen County and I'm used to the conference. I know who we play. I know the travel distance and those sort of things. And going from an RC, a resident life coordinator, to a teacher and a coach is kind of a little less stress for me and a little more focus on softball, which is something I can enjoy a lot more. Enjoy working with the girls when it comes to personal training, more focusing on that. So I've really enjoyed it, basically coming home and focusing more on the sport that I fell in love with when I was 6. So
awesome.
It's great.
Awesome. Well, ladies, I really enjoy having you out here, and I know you guys enjoyed talking with Zach and I, so want to invite you guys back. Hopefully, in a few weeks after we get some games underneath our belt
and the weather warms up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully the weather.
Can we do
warms
this
up.
outside next time?
Probably not.
It's nicer outside.
Probably.
It would be not cool.
I mean, you
weather-wise,
might get some wind in the microphone.
We could.
But,
We could do almost like a game day type
yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah, and from the broadcasting perspective, I have a handful of students that are both interested in baseball and of course softball. So hopefully this year we'll be able to go out there and film some of your guys' mini highlights and make some stuff for you guys, because I know that sometimes you get into the end of the semester, or really the end of the school year, and everybody just kind of tired, especially you get spring break, and then that's not fair to your guys as athletes. So hopefully we'll be able to be out there and show you guys off a little bit.
We would appreciate that.
If you're running 2-3 miles for conditioning, I think you guys need to be shown off a little bit. That hurts just thinking about it. Ow.
They're pretty good at it. They don't complain
They really
a whole
are.
lot.
Not anymore.
Only when it's really cold, and I understand that. But then I make them run less because I'm standing there. Like they're running, so their bodies are warm. I'm standing and watching, so I get cold quick. So I just make them run 1 mile when it's cold outside.
Right, of course. And us coaches, we stand in the wind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's always
like they're warmed up and running, and I'm over here just watching. So
We're in 18 layers.
the colder it is, the less distance we run.
Yeah.
So your players are going to be wishing for colder weather.
Yes.
But, all right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.